I was 35 years old. I had a 3-year-old, a 6-year-old, 8-year-old. And when you hear the word aneurysm, not having any other education, I'm like, my mind says, I'm gonna die. The doctors have chosen to wait and watch. So there's like this blessing and this curse knowing that you have this aneurysm, because you have this incredible gift to know about it and treat it and be ready for it. But also anything and everything that happens in your head or your neck, you're just like, is this it? My journey leading up to finding out about my brain aneurysm started in fall of 2019. I really had no symptoms at all. I just had some migraines here and there without pain. I was at the Minnesota State Fair, and all of a sudden I felt a migraine coming on. But this time things were different. I saw a neurologist, and she's like, I don't really think it's anything, but because there's been a change to your migraines, this aura is staying there. I was missing part of my vision. She's like, let's just go ahead and do an MRI. I go in for the MRI, and literally an hour later, I got a phone call. And the nurse said, hey, we did, on your scan, we found that you have an aneurysm. We'll schedule an appointment to see you next month. And that was it. I just felt so lost. There's just so many questions. And I really didn't feel like I had any answers because I had to wait. I couldn't talk to a doctor. The anxiety was so high. I was like, I can't look up anything. He said, if I find that it's in your brain, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put you under. We're going to repair it right then and there. He's like, if it's in the cavernous, the area outside of your brain, then we'll stop the procedure, bring you back and rest. When I did go back to recovery and he came back in, he said, hey, this is such great news. It's in your cavernous area. And there was part of me that was like, yes, this is great news. And then there was a huge part of me that was like, gosh, I wish you would have just fixed this. Because at the time it had only not even been 4 weeks. And it felt like 4 years of worry and fear. At that point, he said, hey, but also we did find another aneurysm. And this one is inside your brain. So it's like, is this good news? I don't know. At first, year and a half was really hard. I thought about that aneurysm every day. I'd be snuggling my kids at bed and would cry and be like, oh my gosh, what if I don't get to be at their graduation? And I don't know what my future looks like. I didn't know if it's so fragile that it'll rupture. I felt like I was all alone, and I'm getting emotional because I wish I had somebody there to tell me that you'd be okay. It was such a dark time, and I just felt so helpless. And I had to dig myself out of this deep hole. This was something that felt so out of control that I was like, I can't fix this. I have no control over what's going to happen with my body. I was just too afraid to learn more. Once I was in a safe place to emotionally, to start looking up information, it really did help. That is when I did stumble upon the Brain Aneurysm Foundation. So grateful for every person in my life that has supported me, but until somebody has lived my life with an aneurysm, it's so powerful and it's just so validating, and it really got me through till the next trigger, or the next tough time. Over the last 3 years, my stance has been stable, meaning that the aneurysms have not grown. And so that has helped me immensely with my anxiety. I'm at a point in my life now that I feel like the brain aneurysm doesn't have such a hold on me every single day. Life gets to continue on and be normal, and there's not a ton of restrictions. I'm grateful that I have the time and wait for the technology to get better and procedures to be perfected. I just see my future is bright. Years ago, I wasn't able to see that, but now I can look and be like, yes, I do get to ride bike with my kids. I do get to watch them play their games and go to their graduations and watch them get married. The future is bright.